Tony Oxendine is from Charlotte, North Carolina. Tony started calling in 1974 and received his half-century award last year at the 2024 CALLERLAB convention. Tony is a member of the Board of Governors, serves on the Executive Committee, previously served as chair of the board, is an accredited caller coach, and received CALLERLAB's highest honor, the milestone, in 2000. Tony will be presenting certificates to the 50 years calling recipients. Please welcome Tony Oxendine.
You would have to be on the board of the EC to really fully appreciate the work that our executive director does. This whole thing is mapped out. I have a nice little thing that says, Half Century Awards tells me exactly what to say. Kudos to our executive director. Half Century certificates are awarded to CALLERLAB members who have been calling for 50 or more years. The first awards were made in Baltimore in 1986 and have been awarded annually since then. A total of 312 CALLERLAB members have received the half-century certificate. Of the 129 CALLERLAB members who have previously received this award, 26 are attending this year. Would these callers and their partners please stand and remain standing so that we may recognize this achievement? All of the 50-year guys. Captain, Tony Oxendine. Hard to believe I'm that old, isn't it? No. Obviously, you haven't seen that picture that's in the album. Tim Till. Hey. Toby Thomason. Bob Amsbury. Gary Felton. Tom Money. Mike Sikorsky. John Carlton. Bob Gaunt. Larry Marquise, Ralph Trout, John Marshall, Tom Crisp, Doran McBroom, Mike Prescott, Ray Brenzy, Ed Foote, Don Beck, Dave Harry, Mike Seastrom, Betsy Gata, Buzz Chapman, Roger Putzler, Dennis Farrer, and John Jones. Now give all of these guys a nice round of applause. These callers have almost 1,500 years of calling experience. You're old.
I am. You started 3 months before.
When did you start? I started in January, but I'm younger than you. I was 12. 7 members attending this convention received their 50-year certificate by mail in the year they reached this milestone. This is the first convention we have the opportunity to honor them by name at a convention. Would these callers and their partners please stand as I read your name and remain standing so that we may recognize this achievement. So hold your award, hold your applause till the very end. 2019, Craig Abercrombie. 2021, Monk Moore. 2022, we went to caller school together in 1974. Nick Hartley, bless you.
Thank you.
2022, Don Sprotzy. 2022, Doug Sprotzy. 2023, Doris Swain. And 2024, Matt Worley. Would you guys please stand and everybody can show their applause for you. Tonight, I'm pleased to award 10 half-century certificates to callers who have reached this momentous milestone this year. I'm going to ask these members to join me on the stage. Bless you. Twice.
It's not gonna get you on the stage.
No, it's not going to get you on the stage. Bill Chase, who joined CALLERLAB in 2003. You can come up here. Vic Carey, who joined CALLERLAB in 1979. Nelson Jarvis, who joined CALLERLAB in 1986. Casey Parker, who joined CALLERLAB in 1988. Scott Pierce, who joined CALLERLAB in 1978. Dan Preedy, who joined CALLERLAB in 2000. So you guys can get behind me, I trust you. Bob Riggs, who joined CALLERLAB in 1989. Ken Ratusi, who joined CALLERLAB in 1983. I didn't know I've been calling longer than you, Kenny. You're that much older than me. Mike Salerno, who joined CALLERLAB in 1991. And Ray Wiles, who joined CALLERLAB in 1990. I'm going to wait till all of these guys get on the stage. That's Ray we're worried about. Come on, Ray. You're holding up the applause. They're going to clap for you, Ray. I promise. Now, would you please join me in recognizing these 10 half-centuries?
Okay, I didn't know I was going to be up here. We need to get a little housekeeping chore out of the way. Have you folks ever met somebody, but you didn't take the time to talk to them? Have you ever done that? I had that happen to me yesterday. And I hope she's in here, because I'd like to have her come up to me afterwards and talk to me. I don't know her name, but she's from Kansas, and she knows Doug and Ann. So if you're here, I'm on table 15. Would you come up and see me? I can see how to be perceived a little bit differently. I looked through the program book, and I started in 1975, and I didn't understand at that time how special that was. Through the program book, Chad, I'm glad your name is in there, and I met John Jones at the dance last night. I got to hear him call. There is 26 past chairmans, and of those 26, I haven't talked to them all, but I know them, about 75% of them. And of those, I have met about 35% of them and either danced to them or at least had a conversation with them. So I've been around a little bit. So anyhow, those are my few comments. I did start at MSU, at Michigan State University. We had a demonstration group there, and I got started because of a shirt. A shirt. Back in the day, you couldn't get long sleeve shirts. I have a sleeve length of about 17 to 18 inches. So the only way I could get it was through our demonstration team. My sister was making shirts. She made one for me, and she made me make one promise. I had to come to one of the lessons for the square dance. This is where I am today.
Nelson Jarvis. Congratulations.
Nelson.
All right, I started calling before I was old enough to have my driver's license. So my parents had to drive me around to my gigs. And my parents, they bought me my first Newcomb. Y'all know what that is, some of you do. All right, bought me my first Hilton and my Supreme speaker. And then they paid for my Bill Peters Callers Clinic. And so I guess This goes out to all the parents in the world who supported their children learn how to call it.
Karen?
My parents made me start square dancing too. My sister needed a partner. So because of that, because they fed me a steak dinner that night, that's what started me. Thank you.
Casey Parker?
Well, it's been a ride. I started dancing in '69, and my future wife, her dad, and I started in '75 calling. Somebody told her she needed to be a round dance instructor. So, but the people that we've met, especially the old ones, is just a ton of memories. I appreciate this. Thank you.
Scott Pierce?
So many people to thank, my agent, my publisher, my manager. Wrong event. Actually, there are a ton of people to thank. First off is my wife, Katie, who supported me for 50 years. All of the wonderful callers that I have met through this organization who started out as mentors and turned into true friends. And all the dancers that have supported me during the 49 years it took me to learn this craft. I want to thank them all. I started dancing in 1972, and within about 2 weeks it became a passion, although my wife would call it an obsession. By the time I finished my first class, I was dancing 6 nights a week, and I decided I'd like what that guy up on the stage did, so I wanted to do that. I've been doing it for 50 years, and I still love it.
Dan Preedy?
In a moment of, I don't know if it was passion or foolishness, my dad convinced my mom that they had to buy the square dance hall that they met at, and because it was slated to be sold and torn down. So they bought it, we moved there in 1966. Dad wasn't a caller, he self-taught himself, he taught me. I started dancing in '68, started calling in '75. I'd like to thank my late father, his oldest brother, my late Uncle Cloyce, my mom. This has been a really great ride, but we always have those that we rely on, that we can tell our joys and our sorrows to. So to the three Mikes, Sikorsky, Seastrom, and Bramlett, for your friendship and your love and always being in my corner. We've been through a lot together, and I greatly appreciate it. Steve Nosek, who is not here. My club, the Star Shooters, who hired me 40 years ago this month. And my lovely wife, Dora, and our kids for tolerating me and putting up with this. Thank you so much.
Bob Riggs?
So, I started dancing because of a woman. I started calling
because the people at Colorado State University, the students who were the callers, said you ought to be one. That was in 1975. I found this, I was looking for something besides the bar scene and the other social scenes. That's what I was looking for. And I found a family. And the very night I saw square dancing, it wasn't the same woman, it was another woman that I saw that night, and that is my wife, Atlin. And we are partners, very definitely. And I have to go back to some folks that are no longer with us, Frank Lane, Von Parrish, Earl Johnston, who were my initial school mentors. And I look back on them, plus a few others, or many others, and have to say thank you. And to that lady, Atlin, thanks for all the support.
The hardest working man in show business. You don't believe that? Look at the flyer and the flyer table. Ken Ritusi.
You know, there was a book written by a porn star with that name, you know. That was the name of the book. It's been a pleasure. I'm very blessed to have a great career. And I knew you'd say something. Porn star. That was the name of a book he wrote. I don't know. No, I didn't read the book. I've been blessed to have a great calling career. More importantly, I've been blessed to, in any way I can, help lead this organization in any way I did. Thank you.
This thing is going downhill fast. Well, I don't know how many call labs I've been to, but it's the first time I've seen somebody try to pick up somebody. And the first time I've seen a speech reference a porn star. Mike Salerno.
I started dancing in 1972 with two brothers, Tom and Phil Moran. They gave me such a foundation that I was able to make it for the last 50 years. My first tip was sharing a tip with Ken Ritusi. We're both from Waterbury, Connecticut. I live in Kansas. He lives in Massachusetts now. But it's been a wild ride. I never thought that I would still be here after 50 years of calling. Thank you very much.
And last but certainly not least, good friend of mine, Ray Wiles.
Well, as they say, everything started from the beginning, and my beginning was in 1972 when my younger sister was tired of staying home with a babysitter, and she was going to turn 13 in September. So she told my mom that she wanted to go learn, and I was 15 and I didn't want nothing to do with this activity. 75, I started calling. 74 was the very first time I met this gentleman right here. And tell you the truth, I never expected myself to be calling for this long. And I really appreciate all the friendships that I have through square dancing and through CALLERLAB. And I'd like to thank everybody for all of your support.
The class of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. So for all of you 50 years, after the banquet, they want you to meet, Teresa would like you to meet at the, where that little CALLERLAB thing is on the outside for a photo opportunity. Oh, excuse me. There are 13 additional active CALLERLAB members who have earned their half-century award this year. Although they're unable to attend this convention, we'd like to honor them by announcing their names. Certificates will be mailed to them immediately following this convention. They are Gary Carpenter, Tom Clymer, Larry Cole, Dee Dee Doherty Lottie, I can't believe she's been gone 50 years, Mike Liston, Andreas Mackey, Abe Meyer, Tom Manning, Don Mosher, Timothy Plow, Angus Rocket, Dave Schultz, and Gary Smith. If any of you guys know these callers, please congratulate them the next time you see them. Now, thank you very much.